All right, we're on. This is the Intelligent Human Voice Podcast Network. I'm your host, the PatMan, from the Bay to LA and beyond. It is raining again, and again. But there are still a lot of people out. I'm over here in my storage, about to pull out some things. I got up kind of early this morning. I have to reveal to you guys, I had the most awesome night. It was kind of a collection of a lot of things going on. And I read on someone's Facebook earlier in the week that, some kind of retrograde new moon kind of energy was happening, and feelings and emotions will be super high. And I remember reading that, but yeah, whatever. And so starting off at the beginning of the week, I just was not feeling it, I was not feeling it. And I reflected something on my Facebook to that feeling, and people start chiming in. And my homegirl, who's in Jordan, she's in Jordan. This is really my sister. She called me, and she's like, "Yo, PatMan, what's up?" I was like, I wasn't the cheerful PatMan. I wasn't the cheerful PatMan. Usually I'm like, "Hey, what's up, yo, what's cracking?" I was more like, "What's up, yo?" She's like, what's going on? I was like, it's just, things ain't just like, do you know, my sister tore off into me on something on a whole nother level, and I needed to hear it. I accepted it because I needed to hear it. And then we did something really, really awesome that hadn't happened. And when I say tear off into me, I mean, she just, she was like, you're an amazing dude. You're PatMan. You're Ponderoso, Pucho. You have the best energy of anybody. Just building it up, like. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, look, you're handsome, this, that, and the other. You got talent. You're just going through some stuff. Like a lot of people are going through some stuff. I was like, yeah. And then she was like, yo, you got to get back to God. And you got this, that, and the other. I was like, all right, yeah. And then she's like, look, I found this quote, and I'm going to read it. And then I want you to repeat it with me. I was like, and after I read it, she's like, well, are you good? I was like, yeah, I'm good. I just need to hear it. And I started bawling then, but I had to hold it back. And she's like, well, I didn't hear a lot of conviction in your voice. And I was like, yeah, I know. I said, no, I need to hear that. I hear you loud and clear. And because I did hear her loud and clear, I realized that, over the past, I've really been going through some life things. And I know a lot of people have and are, but me in particular, I worked on keeping and maintaining my high vibratory energy no matter what. I practice that on a regular. I've been doing yoga up until 3 months ago. I've been doing yoga every day for the past 10 years. Start off with an instructor in classes once a week on Thursdays, and then when I stopped working at my gig, I was doing it at home. And because I read the book on yoga for men only. And if you want that PDF, just shoot me an email or something. Find me and I'll send you the PDF. Because if you're a guy, you'll do yoga. You'll do yoga all the time, just like that, just like I was doing. So look, I don't want to get off track. I I I realized that I hadn't been doing yoga. I realized that I hadn't been meditating. I realized that I hadn't been doing anything. I was caught up into this. It was kind of a lot of things. I had to move out of my place because of it's in litigations. You know, my studio was in a building, my loft. If anyone ever come to the Pat Cave Studios, you know, this loft off of Figueroa, Texture Plaza. I'm just gonna tell you, Texture Plaza. I've been there for 6 years, and it had been raining inside the place for since I moved in there like 6 years ago. And but because I was working, I've been working in Hollywood, you know, for 10 years prior to that, or 8 years prior to that. I've been working in Hollywood on this really lengthy project as a director of facilities and operations for a Jewish temple. I built a Jewish temple in Hollywood. So I wasn't really paying too much attention to home, but other than I would come home and just make music. That was my thing. So, and plus it wasn't raining as much as it's been raining. Anyway, I had to move out of my place. And that's just a thing. Moving is stressful, yo. And after I had moved, okay, so this is a trip. I'm talking about it out loud. After I had moved, I spent about 8 years renovating and building, constructing the Jewish Temple Israel of Hollywood. That's what I was doing. That was my day gig. And I had a meltdown, literally had a freaking meltdown. Because, one day I'm on my couch, I'm on my sofa. I'm just going to go into this. But I want to backtrack to the big cry and how it all started and how I got off of yoga. So this is all tied together because I'm getting back to the big cry and Reverend Valerie Love, who started the bigger cry. She started the bigger cry. I'm going into this, y'all. I'm going into this because that's the kind of day or night I had, and you got to hear it because it's healthy stuff. It's good for the brain. And while I'm at it, if you want to order some cookies, whatever, order some samplers. Send me a message, dudecanbake.com. Fill out the information. Say, Pat, I want some snacks. Just send it to me. I'll Venmo, whatever, and I'll have it to you. I'll deliver it to you. I'll hand deliver it to you if you're close by to downtown LA. Otherwise, I'll mail it to you. So I want to get that plug in. That ain't even a shameless plug because I'm Chef the PatMan. Well, I'm actually the PatMan and Chef Patrick. So anyway, let me. So I build this temple, 90,000 square feet. Classrooms, 22 classrooms, chapel, state of the art. Music center, library, just a whole level, 3 floors. Like I said, classrooms on every level. This was a big freaking gig, a big gig. Did I know what I was getting into? No, I did not. But I'm always down for the challenge, and I can do anything. That's why I've always told myself I can do anything I put my mind to. Nothing is hard for me. Nothing has ever been hard for me. I don't understand when people say, oh, hard work. I have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't worked a hard day in my life. I use my brain. I use my consciousness, my God consciousness. I understand who I am. So I know there's no need for you to be working hard at nothing. If you're just being you and you know what you need to do, you just do it. Now, it might seem hard to somebody else, but that ain't somebody else. That's not your business. If it's easy for me, I make stuff look really, really easy because I've been doing it for so freaking long. I play it in my mind and it can be done. If I can visualize it, it's done. I won't say done if it's not done. Anybody that knows me know I'll never say done if it's not done. I will not. I came across somebody that said done one time. I was like, you can't say done. It's not done. You're not even confident in even saying that right now. I felt very uncomfortable. Anyway, build this ginormous temple. Meanwhile, I'm moving around. I moved from Canoga Park to Culver City, Mid-City, and then from Mid-City to Koreatown. Then from Koreatown to downtown, which was Texture Plaza. Now, I've been there, like I said, I'm a director of facilities and operations. I'm running the show. So I don't really have time for a whole lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Other than to come home, stay on the path of making music every day. So I would come home every day. Yeah, I have over 10 years worth of music. I have over I don't know, 500,000-600,000 songs. I don't know. I lost count because that was my therapy. So having moved that many times, and have to move this last time. See, it started raining. That's what happened. It started raining and the roof had always been messed up. But then there was no security on the front door. The call box don't work. So I just stopped paying rent. It was like, yo, I'm not paying rent. I'm running a business here. I'm trying to run a business. Dude Can Bake runs out of here. I can't even get my business off the ground because the building's not up to par. What the hell? And I'm not kidding you. DudeCanBake.com is a LA County certified small enterprise business that could not get off the ground because the building was in shambles and management is not taking care of it. Oh, I've been through this, y'all. I've been through this. So this is still all leading up to the big cry. This is what I've been going through. So I'm like, all right, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. This ain't working out. So I got to move. The building. I think about, not being in my element, and I had to move. I had to make a decision to move. And, so I said I would put my stuff in storage, and then I asked my sister, could I stay with her for a minute until I figure out a new location for the Pat Cave, Dude Can Bake. But in the meantime, so here it is. Here it comes. Prior to me moving out of the lofts, I met these guys. Real awesome guys. And the one guy introduced me to this other guy. And this other guy, whose name I won't mention, really built himself up to be this guy. Turns out he wasn't that guy. And I got really pissed off because at this point I'm spending money on product, meaning ingredients for my cookies, trying to create this dessert, He thinks he knows more than me. I've been baking for 35 years. These guys in my head about, what I should put in. Oh, do you do this? Do you put this? Like, dude, get out of my head about my skill, about my thing. It was throwing me off. So in the meantime, I don't know why I was trying to satisfy this dude. Because he was talking big talk. Oh, I know this person. I know that person. Oh, I know this person. I know that person. It's like, well, get that person on the phone. Tell him what I need to get rocking up in here. This guy keeps talking about, oh, we're in the same boat. We're in the same position. No, we're not. No, we're not. We are not in the same position. Partner, you've gone through some stuff. I've gone through some stuff, but we're not in the same boat. Anyway, I'm getting to the point, y'all. I'm not getting on a tangent. That's what I've been going through over the course of up until 2 weeks ago. This cat, we do this Super Bowl party and makes this decision that we're going to give it to folks for free just to see what happens. And I'm like, I don't need to see what happens. I'm Dude Can Bake. I bake the best cookies and snacks in the world. You either like it or you don't. But I don't need to do anyway. I follow this guy's lead. And then, but what really ticked me off, what really, really fired me up. Now I'm doing a month of concocting all kind of desserts. I'm doing the baking, right? I'm doing the baking in my sister's kitchen. this guy goes, oh, I didn't really want to go to that party anyway. I just wanted to see how the snacks was going to go. When he said that, I could have just like, oh, I think I lost it. I think I just combusted. And I was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I really don't. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I've turned down gigs, you know, and you haven't made a move. And then, so this is what I'm going through, right? And so now I'm sleeping on my sister's couch while plans and stuff are moving forward, you know, looking for a location for the Duke and Bake and my studio. Everything's in storage. But then, you know, last night, like, all right, through the week, here, let's go back a little bit. So my homegirl rented cars. We get on it. My energy is bubbled up. I'm back up. I'm back. I'm not full yet, but I'm feeling better. So I start recording podcasts just to keep that energy, that momentum. So if you listen to, I think, episode 34 and 35, those were recorded a couple days ago. I said I'm gonna keep the momentum and just keep recording because I don't have my studio. I don't have access to my equipment because it's in storage, but I can use the Spreaker Studio on the phone with the LG Galaxy. So now we're here. So last night, so I kept the energy going, right? All the way through the week. I got to about Thursday and I started feeling like, you know, this voice in my head was saying like, yeah, this is hard to keep that up, right? And you know, I heard myself say that. I heard, and it may not have been me. I think it was definitely another voice saying, yeah, trying to keep up that positive energy is hard. Yo, this, you know, bam, let me hit you with this. Bam, let me hit you with that. You know, bam. And I was like, oh man, this is hard. And I said that. The minute I said that, my demeanor started to change. My energy started to drain. I started to feel drained. My sister would come through the door and she would start talking about like her job and stuff on the job, and a lot of it was negative stuff, and she just wanted to express herself. I got that. Somebody to talk to. But it was interrupting. It was attaching itself to my already dense mode. See, when you're already feeling in this low vibratory mode and someone comes and adds to it, or you see something that adds to it, like an ad on the TV. I don't watch television. I try not to. I'm not going to say that. I watch The Flash and all of DC Online Universe shows, but I try not to watch TV. So because I don't want ads and stuff blocking me or images getting through my eyes. It's not good. See, if you knew the technology that's behind that, you wouldn't watch television either. Or you would I won't say don't watch, but minimize how long you're in front of any of these new LCD screens, or even your phone, or any of this stuff. You just don't want to. And if you're going to do that, then wear some shades. I have some shades that I can wear in the dark. I mean, indoors, and the vision is just as great. Everybody else probably just looking at me like, oh my God, what the heck? You know, this guy think he's so cool because he's wearing the shades indoors. I do what I want to do. Anyway, I don't want to get off track. I'm already off track. I said I was going to do random stuff anyway, but I want to talk about what, you know. So here it is. So I start listening to some of the meditations and affirmation channels that my homegirl Rena had sent. So I plugged into that, and I stayed online all day yesterday. All day I was online, plugging away, revamping my resume, revamping the websites, just edit, just on it. And it was, and I didn't stop. I took no, I didn't even eat. I ate like later. So I went from like 7 in the morning to like 7 at night. I wasn't eating. I didn't have any, I should have been eating, but I wasn't. So I go to click on one of the meditation videos on YouTube, and to the right, I see a preview, and it's this black woman. She says, "Why most black people are not wealthy." And I was like, interesting. Huh. Let me see what she has to say. Click on it. It's this lady, Reverend, the Reverend Valerie Love. I think her other name is Cassis or Cassis. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, sister. Off the back, there was this voice, this judging voice that was judging. This is me in my brain, like my brain. There's always voices, right? But this one voice was trying to penetrate, and I'm going to call that voice ego. Ego was trying to break through and trying to block me from listening to Reverend Val. I witnessed that. I witnessed it. Because ego was like, what does she got to say? She ain't that cute. She is kind of cute. But, what does she know? That's what this voice was saying. But the other voice was drowning that voice out, and not judging, and listening and observing and really absorbing. Soon enough, that voice just went away. It just went away, and I just listened. I became fully engaged in everything she had to say, because everything she had to say was what I needed to hear, and there was some serious truth, unlike I had ever heard it before, come from anybody. Now, I've heard a lot of sisters, speakers, Ayana Vasan, Michael Beckwith, Ricky Beckwith, lists I can just keep name dropping all over the place, Oprah. But there's just something that when you're unapologetic of being real, it comes off. If you can harness that kind of energy and you're comfortable with the camera and the microphone, which I'm becoming, because I've worked in broadcasting before. So, I'm making the transition back to being on the microphone and doing these podcast shows. But unless you can, you're comfortable with getting that across to people, it's powerful. It's powerful. So she, and here's the thing, everything she was saying, and this is like, what's a trip, this is the same thing that happened when, when I was going through my healing phase of wellness and learning yoga. Dr. Dilbert in Chicago, he passed a couple years ago, and Dr. Sebi, he passed a few years ago. Not saying that nothing will happen to Sister Valerie, but this is consciousness putting these souls in front of me and guiding me on this path. So next in line is Reverend Valerie, who just, who arrived just in time. Let's put it like that. And everything she was saying, it was like, I was almost wording. She said, yeah. And you know what? If you listen to this, I hope you're mad. I want you to be mad. I want you to get mad. And I was just thinking that, she's pissing me off, But that was that other voice. That was the judgy voice came in after the receiving voice started to soak. Judgy voice came in. It was like, this chick is really making me mad, man. Turn this off. She don't know what she's talking about. But the soaking voice came back. blocked it out and was like, nah, man, she's absolutely right. She is 100% right. And let me tell you what she talked about, if in brief. Did I write it down? I think I wrote some notes. I started to write notes. Oh, yeah, I did. She talked about Necronomicon. Read the book, Necronomicon. Oh, here's the banger right here. Reverend Valerie Love is a Christian witch. She classifies herself as a Christian witch. Now, here's the thing, yo. How can I say this? I'm into witches. I'm into witches. Interesting enough, I know, feel, and believe in things that I've always believed in. And truth be told, I don't believe most people realize, because of the history or the writings on the wall about what witches were and are, don't really know what that is. They're ignorant to definitions and what things are. So when she says she's a Christian witch, right off the back, I didn't question it. I totally got it. Right off the back. I was like, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Because ain't too many people are not conservative Christians in particular, not going to bring the two together, Christian and witches. They're just not. I grew up in the church. My grandfather was a minister. Hey, there was something about not, getting into zodiac signs and this, that, and the other. I love reading my zodiac sign. I'm a Virgo. Yo, I'm totally connected on the metaphysical energy level, whatever you want to call it, spirituality. That's totally me, yo. So when she said Christian witches, I was like, all right, I gotta hear what else she has to talk. And so there's 3 videos in particular. If you want to check those out, and I'll send you the link. Shoot me an email on the Spreaker platform, or find me online, Ponderoso Pucho. That's Pondorosa, and you'll see me a picture of me wearing this my African American Jamaican style hat. It's going to be hard for you to find me on Facebook unless you already follow me. You can try. The PatMan. That's right. Anyway, so the Rev is what started the big cry. Let me tell you this. Actually, I'm going to go back a little further. Rena, my homegirl, started the big cry. She started off the week like that. And ironically, the weekend which passed, my niece, she tells me today that she had a big cry. She had the big cry last weekend, for her tennis match. And I'm like, you know what? 'Tis the season to boo-hoo, to ooh-wah, because there is some releasing of toxicity that happens when you cry. I mean, I used to say, there was this saying about when it rains, that's God crying. That's the angels weeping, or it's just good. And when the water, washes over the earth, it's just amazing what comes. More grass. There's more green throughout LA than I've ever seen the whole 15 years I've been here. I see green where on mountains that there was just dirt. Now it's green. So think about that. If the water, we are earthlings, we are humans, we are part of this earth. If God can cry and make plants and trees green and flesh out the land, what do you think crying can do for your soul? Oh my God, I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. It can do miracles for your soul. And I had a really big cry last night. I didn't sleep. And it was after the videos, because it really got me really, really not mad, but it got me really rethinking. But here's one of the things that really got to me that Reverend Valerie spoke of. And there's a video where she speaks about, banishing evil and negativity, and what she says is that there's no evil, there's none of that, it's just bad energy, and there's one source. So, and I totally agree with that. She said you got to change the energy, and then you got to make sure you don't attract that energy as well. And I look back at the past couple of months on what I may have attracted in my anger, in my transitioning through having to move out of my place, being dispositioned financially, being dragged through nonsense from other people's things, having people attached to, not having that clarity with people. It was just bombarding. I mean, I met a young lady. Actually, I don't know if I can call her a young lady. Also, this is all in the flux of the past few months as well. So just to give you a little bit more about, what the hell was he crying about? What was going on? Life was going on, yo. All this stuff. So I met this young lady, and here's the thing. I made this pact one day with myself that I would stop meeting women in dark places. I said that because even though I wasn't going to clubs anymore, I would go to a bar every now and then with my boys, meet up, have a beer, chill out, hang out. But not really a drinker. Everyone knows I'm not a drinker at all. So, but I said, I had this thought, told my boy, I said, I'm tired of I'm going to stop meeting women in dark places, man, because it's just, I think there's something to that. I don't want to do that anymore. So this one woman, I'm going to call her a woman. This woman I met, I didn't meet her at a dark place. I actually met her at a very professional environment, to which was a workshop, a financial workshop for my business. And how I got sidetracked was, I don't even want to get into it. But it turns out, longest story short with that, and I'm bringing it up because it was part of, what energy I was attracting. This woman had totally presented herself to be something that she was not even remotely. And the person that I was doing business with also did the same freaking thing. And I had to look at that like, did I attract that? Did I do that? I hope I didn't do that. I don't think I did that. Maybe I did. Maybe I flossed a little too hard about who I am and my beliefs. Now that there's that voice over there saying stuff like that, right? But I had to look at that. And because I am who I am, I'm a chef, I'm a musician, I have a shitload of talent all over the place, very smart, very intelligent, I take people at their word. I take people, and I really like to be about my word. That's really big on me. We'll talk about that in a whole nother podcast. It bothers me when but there's been these things distracting and attracting and just, ooh. So, yeah, add that to the equation, and then listening to Reverend Valerie Love. Just give it to me. But this is where it really stirs. She's like, you want to know how to get rid of this negative energy? You want to know how to banish evil? If you want to call it that, you want to know how to do this? the Lord's Prayer. I had to pause. Had to pause the YouTube, and I just fell back in the chair like, oh my God, the Lord's Prayer. Absolutely. And because, see, I grew up in church. My grandfather was a minister. There was other parts of the family that was in church and not in church. But for the most part, Christian household, Baptist Christian. I've never known what any of that has meant. I've self-studied religion, all kinds of religions, metaphysics, science, neuroscience, health, nutrition, wellness, mindfulness, energy medicine. That's what I've been doing for the past 20 years. And bringing it all together because I'm looking to deliver something great to the world. I want to change things. I want to help people in a big way. And the biggest way my mission entails is through food consumption, healthy food, health conscious food, and great music. Really good music, like music that you can feel with your soul. I've created a lot of it. When people used to ask me, what are you doing in LA? Music and cookies. Music and cookies. But I'm a chef. I'm the dude. I'm the dude that can bake. I'm the dude that can cook. I'm that dude. But I lost sight of that. And a lot of life's twists and turns will come at you, and knowing that consistency is at the base of how you balance what life throws at you. Early in the week, early in the week, someone said, I read about, or maybe I posted, someone throws you lemons and you make lemonade, and I was like, well, why stop at lemonade? Why not make some honey lavender lemonade, or why not make some a lemon icebox pie, or some lemon chicken curry? And that's how my brain works. I'm not gonna just make some regular lemonade. I'm gonna go extra on it. I've always been like that. So as I'm heading to bed last night, or on the couch, I shut the computer down and put my covers down, pillow, and I just start bawling out of control for at least a good hour. Like the bawling out of control, like not ooh wah, like, it was that kind of crying. That not that loud, because if I was by myself, I probably would sound like that. But my sister's in the other room. I wanted her to hear me wailing throughout the night. She's like, what the hell's wrong with that guy? I didn't care. I didn't care. But it's like, as I released those tears of, it was a combination of stuff. Tears of joy, tears of anger, tears of surrendering. It felt good. It felt good to release, because I thought about, your average person who might be going through exactly what I'm going through, maybe a little similar, or something else, how they might handle it, and how I'm handling it, and how I would like to handle it, and how I can be a leader, lead by example on how you handle it. And I offer to anybody and everybody that's going through something, hey, go Go have a good cry. Go detoxify your soul. Go, let it go. Because from that cry, you're gonna, like the rain on the dry ass dirt out there. It's sprouting grass where there was no grass. Imagine what happens when you detoxify in your soul, releasing, letting it go. That's what it is. Just letting it go. And when I really thought about what really made me get into boo-hoo, like the boo-hoo, I didn't sound like that, but I thought about my brother. My brother's in prison right now. And he's been there for a while. Since I've been going through my life, I really haven't had time to chime in on his life. I want to get him an attorney. I want to figure out what's happening, what's really going on. But I've been trying to take care of my own life. So in the boo-hooing, memories took me back to what was the last time I had a boo-hoo. And it was, I couldn't recall, but I remembered, my brother was, this guy was always crying when he was a kid. He's always crying, but here's the thing, he cried because he couldn't have his way. He would cry, literally. My mom's be like, yo, you do something crazy, and mom's like, yeah, you ain't going outside. And because that was his kryptonite. Whoopings, spankings didn't even start. It started to not work on this guy. So mom's was like, all right, I know how to get this guy. He don't get to go outside. And for my brother, that was prison. So, man, he be crying, snot running down his nose, down to his mouth. Like, dude, you look at yourself. You're disgusting. Look at yourself. I mean, look at you. Hey man, won't you ask me if I can go outside till I've been good? I've been indoors already, so see, man, go, man. She gonna listen to you. It's like, dude, she already said. And I mean, if you just do the right thing, you would be in this situation. Man, just do it, man. I'll do it for you, man. It's like, geez, gosh, oh Lord have mercy. So I'll go in there. Yo, moms, Steve said, ask Kenny. Can he go outside? No! Don't shut the fuck up! And you can hear him in the back. Yo, shut up, I'm gone. I gave you something to cry about. This would go on until this guy just cried himself to sleep. So annoying. So freaking annoying. Well, that's what it reminded me of. It wasn't like that. I wasn't, no snot, none of that. But I was, like, it was, but it reminded me of my brother, and I was like, damn, man, what made me sad, he's been in and out of jail since turned 16. That's a whole nother story. But this time around, I hear he's getting his life back together and was just hanging out with the wrong yahoos, and I got to figure out what that is. But in the meantime, thinking about stuff like that, my boy Bobby Fully Love, cat I've been homies with for life, he passed a couple years ago, and that still resonates with me because I came across some pictures in my storage while I was in my storage a couple weeks ago, and those pictures and a note from him that he had sent me when he was in Japan, and yeah, that happened a couple weeks ago. Maybe a week ago, last time I was here. And that was heavy on my soul as well. So I just released some toxins, and it felt good, and made me think about Bobby as well, because towards the end of his life, I couldn't be there. I wanted to be there. A lot of people have left planet Earth. A lot of people I loved and cherished, mostly family, have left this earth. And even artists, musicians that I looked up to, that I really, because I'm a musician today. I mean, I'm a musician today because of the influence of these artists who have passed on. All that is hard. We're empathetic beings, and I just didn't find, I hadn't found time to release, and so it was a huge buildup, just brewing up. And I thank God for everything. I really do. For my life, for the things I've gone through when I didn't even have to go through it, but I guess I had to. I was being old school saying, hard-headed, not listening to that inner voice, not really listening to that inner voice, but almost a duality, like I'm listening to both, like two voices going on all the time. And the ego voice is the voice that got me in dispositions. Excuse me. Another disposition is that I'm in this Jeep Renegade. I love this Jeep, by the way. The lease is up this month. I have to go to the dealership, and I think they want like some more money for whatever that will take care of the scratches and the dings for turning in the car. And I asked him, I said, yo, how much if I wanted to buy it out? He's like, oh, it's about 15 grand. I was like, that's how much I've spent so far. Are you kidding me? So that'll be another podcast as well, about leasing cars. I definitely know about leasing. I've leased 2. This is the second one, and I think I'm done with that. There's some pros and cons to it, and I'll do a podcast on that just to give you my insight. But I brought that up because I like the Jeep, and I feel like I'm just getting used to it. But here's the thing: in all this stuff I've been going through, and I'm not kidding you, life, family, living, vehicle, this car started acting up. Like the light and the rain is really coming down. And I hope I'm still coming through. So, because I don't know, because I'm doing it live. So after the move, I had to pile a few things into my car and then bring it to the storage over here. And then the other one went to the pods. In the night of the move, as I'm moving, packing the car, service light come on the vehicle. I'm like, now what? Are you kidding me here? Oh, you got to be kidding me. And after I got things fixed, I had to go take care of this. I was like, well, shit, I can't, I need my ride. What the hell? And I got less than a month, and now now this car wants to start acting up. So on top of that, this comes with a removable panel, like the old school Jeeps. Like both panels can come off. I like this ride, but this guy's like 15 grand, dude. I'm not giving you 15 grand. Here's the thing. The moon roof stopped working. It stopped working. The whole purpose of having a Jeep is the moon roof, and it hasn't been working. So I'm calling my attorneys about that too, because you know what? And I'm gonna call Jeep, and they can hear this podcast as well. This is not cool. This has been a great driving experience. Then the last month, the roof doesn't work, and there was something wrong that they couldn't even tell me about. It was something about. I'll have to look up the paperwork. What was the problem with the engine? But he was like, "Oh, it rarely happens." I'm like, "Rarely happens? What?" I already looked it up online. It happens a lot, or it has happened a lot. So it's got me really looking at the Jeep Renegade like, wow. First it was the Hyundai Veloster. Now it's the Jeep Renegade. What the heck? So I'm bringing that up again because I'm following up with Jeep. I'm telling you, this is not cool, and calling my attorneys too, because let's make a deal, y'all. Let's make a deal. Y'all pay for the rest of the car, and I'll promote the Jeep Renegade, as, and it is. I'll talk it up because it is one of the best driving experiences I've had in my many moons of driving. I've been driving for many moons. I can't tell you how many moons, but many moons I have been driving. Anyway, I want to wrap this up. Been going about 50 minutes. That's actually cool. Moving forward, how am I feeling? I got to have some conversations with some people. I wrote some stuff down. Yeah, I did write some stuff down. I've been going off the top of my head. After the last thing I watched Reverend Valerie. And then as I was clicking on, it was an ad that popped up for Mind Valley. And I was like, I know this guy. Mind Valley was started by this guy. I don't want to mispronounce his name. Vishen. And I think he's from the Bay Area. I think he's from the Bay, because he was telling in the webinar, he was telling his story of how he started Mind Valley is crazy. I did not know the origins of that, but it is so awesome. So, also last night, after viewing Reverend Valerie's YouTubes and going to her website and everything else, I clicked on the ad. I'm always, there's good ads out there. There's really good ads, and I'm a believer that you hear what you need to hear when you need to hear it. And at that time, I felt like I needed to hear it. And because I was familiar with Mind Valley, because I participated in their seminars before, and I actually forgot. I forgot that I was like, look, I need to, when I get some funds going on, I need to participate in, a couple of his classes. So he had this class called Learning to Bend Reality, or Learn to Bend Reality. And he talked about some awesome stuff, He has a class, Becoming Limitless. A few of the steps he broke down in the webinar was Culturescape, Living in the Influence of Others. Level 2, The Awakening, it's goal setting. Level 3 is Recoding Yourself, Bending Reality. And then level 4, Becoming Extraordinary. I like this. I like what Vishen. Man, I wish I could pronounce your last name though. Vishen. I might probably not pronounce his first name right. He coined the word brule, and what he calls brule is bullshit plus rule. Brule. I love that. Because I hate bullshit. I really do hate bullshit. I really do. I'm bringing this up because he also got me fired up again. So between my homegirl Rena, Reverend Valerie, and Mind Valley, I feel 9,000% better than I have in a very long time. After the big cry, I feel amazing. And a lot of things are transpiring, or has transpired, those couple of days that I did the other podcasts. I ran across a really awesome, I put the energy out there that I wanted to have my snacks at a cafe or restaurant. And there's a potential to have my snacks at a local eatery that I won't name them just yet, but they have some of the best poor boys I've ever had in my life. And they have snacks, they have cupcakes, and they have some praline. And I was like, well, that's a potential. Even yeah, even so, I would love to have my snacks there. They have 5 different stores, and that would rock and roll. So I'm creating a plan of action for that. And this all came after, this all came after Reverend Valerie webinar or YouTube, and then the Mind Valley webinar. Also, I got a call the other day. Couple calls. Duke and Bake is going to be premiered at, I think they're having it, I have to look in my email, but there's going to be a bridal show, like a bridal show, where you show snacks, what you want for your weddings in the nearest future. I participated, I believe that was about a year ago, and premiered my snacks. People just come through, you taste them, awesome. Let's do some business. Let's lock it down. This time I'm gonna see if I can bring some to actually sell. That would be cool. Maybe I can sell some. I'm gonna see about that, because that'll be really, really good if if I can sell some. Anyway, that's happening. I gotta reach out to my homegirl Debbie Ann. Debbie Ann wants to see what she has. She has some ideas about maybe collaborating on something, because the world of cooking is changing, people. I'm telling you, if you're a home cook, if you're a home chef, if you're a chef, whatever, the laws have changed. You can actually make money from home as a cook. People can come to your place. I'm setting all that up to rock and roll. Do some dinner parties. Do my own parties. If I did my own parties, would you guys come? Yeah, you would come. You would come. There'd be music. There'd be food. Great food. Snackery. Awesome people. Smiles. People need to come together again. Get out the house. Got a call from Matt over at Cooking Alliance. I'm looking to be a leader in the forefront of this whole Cooking Alliance home chef protocol. There's another permit that you can have to do such things. So entrepreneurship is on the rise here, definitely in California. It is 2:22. It is awesomeness on the Saturday with the Intelligent Human Voice Podcast Network with your host, Chef PatMan, talking about the big cry and the inspiration from my homegirl and Reverend Valerie Love. Thank you very much. The Christian Witch. I love that. I really do. I love it. I love it. I love it. And if you need to find her, she's got some good stuff. If you want to look at the 3 videos that I watched, shoot me an email, like I said, on here, or shoot me an email if you want to be on the show. If you want to be on the show, you have a product, service, an awesome business. I can bring my phone. My phone, it's the phone. Bring my phone wherever you are. We'll do a on-the-spot interview. Get some sponsorship rocking and rolling. Let's talk about some good stuff here. I really, especially with for me, when it comes to spending my hard-earned cash, or even making some hard-earned cash, I like to have the best of the best of the best, and I just won't settle for less. That's right, I just will not settle for less. So whether it's the best place to go eat, or it's the best place to shop, food, drinks, whatever, I don't play. And I love to talk to people, so yeah, let's do that. Yeah, shoot me an email at ihvpnetwork, all one word, at gmail.com, and we'll book you like yesterday. I'm not playing around here, people. Don't play around. Let's rock and roll. If you're a musician, I'm creating a show just with me interviewing other musicians about their projects, their struggles, their life. I want to get Rose Colored Water on the show. My boy Addie and Rebecca, they just had a record release party. I was there. If you missed it, you missed it, because it was something to hear, something to see. All the good energy in the room. It was off the hook. It was actually a really, really good party. So, congratulations to that. I think we're almost done here. I hope that. My hope is that things get better for you, and if you got to cry about it, cry about it. And when you're done crying, when you're done crying, have a pen and a notebook nearby, so you can maybe write about what you're crying about, and then how you can change that, how you can change whatever, or maybe you want to write what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for waking up in the morning and having this kind of inspiration to do a podcast in the rain, in my car. Even though it's raining, I still would like to have the option. I mean, tomorrow it's not going to rain, so I want to open my roof. Jeep Renegade. It says malfunction. It's really messed up. Anyway, the card. Oh, got one more thing I want to talk about, and then we're gonna get out of here. If you enjoy listening to me for a good half an hour, I can go an hour, half an hour. I can just keep talking, yo. I really can. It's my show. I can do what I want. I can do what I want. I can do what I want. Why don't I just do that? I'm just gonna keep talking. How about that? Hey, keep talking. If you want to pause it or come back to it. Oh, did I break this? Oh my God, did I break this? I'm just gonna keep talking. That's what I'm gonna do. It's my show. I can do what I want. If you want to stop listening, well, you stop listening. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep going until I'm tired of going. I have this book. It's called Your Needs Met. It's more than 150 scientific prayers, and this book has been with me for a long time. There's orange book tabs on different pages, and it's like A to Z on whatever prayer that you want to pray about, that you think you need to a little assistance. Sometimes you can't find the words about what you want to say, what you want to pray about. This book has helped me tremendously. So, and how I go about it, I just go into, close my eyes and take a deep breath. And then I flip through the page with my eyes closed and open up on what I need to hear. Like right now, I open up on peace of mind, but I also have some cards that I pull, that I've been pulling like for the past 3 or 4 days. When prior to talking to Rena, these cards have been my guide to keeping my energy, like really keeping the balance. Getting out of your head space. So I opened up on peace of mind. Let me give you a little blurb from Your Needs Met. It's by Jack and Cornelia Addington. You might be able to find it on Amazon. I recommended it to someone I was talking to. I remember that conversation. There's a lady I was talking to. I was at Agape in Culver City, and I actually recommended this book to her. I think I was reading it then. I was at their crisis support, talking to Thelma Chichester. What's up, Thelma? Talk to you later. Yeah. So let me read this. Peace of mind. I am profoundly undisturbed. How about that? Profoundly, I am. Remember, I am, you are, I am, we, God. God is you, you is God. I am profoundly undisturbed. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. I love Psalms. I'm going to read through this real quick, if you don't mind. If you don't mind. I believe in the power of good in my life. There's no power in conditions. There's no power in personalities. I feel nothing done against me. Nothing can disturb me. Nothing in my past life has any power to hurt me. I am making my future by good thinking right now. I commit my way into the divine law of good in my life. All of my plans, all of my hopes, my friends, and my family, I place in his care. I go about my duties with a serene sense of well-being, calm in the assurance that my life and affairs are in good hands. How about that? I'm not done. I live in the present and trust in the future. I have no regrets. I now accept a wonderful new life for myself, trusting the infinite wisdom of God working in and through me to bring it into manifestation. Are you hearing this, people? Are you hearing this right here, right now? I believe that everything in the universe is working together for my good. I am undisturbed. I am at peace. And so it is. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I didn't mean to go. This ain't church. I don't go to church on nobody. I'm not going to say that. No, this right here, right now. That's how I do it. Open up and you get what you need. I highly recommend this book. I didn't mean. There we go. I didn't mean. It's ego. See, ego trying to get out of here. Ego, get out of here. I did mean to endorse this book because this is an awesome book, and I think everyone should have it because sometimes you need to find the words. You know, sometimes they say pray. You need to pray. I don't know how to pray. What I'm praying for. This has been my guide to praying because I can't always find the words, and there it is. And I'm good. You know, I have to say it once. Peace of mind. That was so on point. It's ridiculous. Let me read that part again. All of my plans, all of my hopes, my friends and my family, I place in his care. That right there. I go about my duties with a serene sense of well-being, calm and assurance with a serene sense. Nope, I said that over again. All right, here we go. Calm in the assurance that my life and affairs are in good hands. My life and affairs are in good hands. Are your life and affairs in good hands? Well, maybe you need to. You can read that. You can actually, pause this and rewind it and listen to it again. So the cards, let me tell you this real quick. The cards that I pulled throughout the week started with surrender. It's a surrender card. I think that was just yesterday, actually. Yeah, I pulled the surrender card last night. And the powerful affirmation with the surrender card, there's more on here. But I'm just going to read what it says for the powerful surrendering. I surrender all the divine to the divine spirit. And where I opened up in my book of prayers was omnipresence, the 139th Psalm. You can read it for yourself. Find it if you want to. Read a little blurb from, I use this as a bookmark. It's a clipping from a Jewish journal, Nicole Cohen. She passed away I want to say this is 2007. I don't know where her picture is. I had her picture here as well. I have to look for it. But I had this in my prayer book. And let me read this. I'm going to read this. Because this right here I used to have on one of my shelves, and I would wake up and read this, and this is how it kept me. So when I just I read off the levels from the webinar from Vishan before I read this poem by Nicole. In the seminar, Vishan talks about level one meaning that you're on the low vibrations. It's kind of where everyone is right now, stressed out stuff, things are influencing you, people, places, things, whatever. And then level 2 is the awakening. Now I jumped and leaped way over the awakening, but a second, a third, fourth, fifth, maybe possibly a 6th or 7th awakening happened when I started doing yoga, and that's where it just really took off. Recoding myself, bending reality, I've experienced that level as well. So the level I was on was level 4, and that was becoming extraordinary, because the music that I created over during this time where I was going through this shift of what's next and stress and all of life's, low vibrational stuff, I was using these tools to get me out of that. I was using these tools on a daily basis. So now I'm on this level of Vishan talks about advanced forgiveness. Forgiveness, I can speak on that. Forgiveness is, man, it's amazing. Forgiveness, if you can, I called some people this past week, I called some people up, and I had to, it was in my soul. Some of the best things happens when you're in the shower. I think there's some neural science behind that as well. Mark Walden talks about that. I forgot my train of thought right there, because I don't want to get off course. So some of the things I covered: Mind Valley, I covered Reverend Valerie Love, advanced forgiveness. I got the call from Matt. Yep, Matt at Cooking Alliance, so awesome. Proud Bird, the Proud Bird, Dude Can Bake is going to be at the Proud Bird. Oh, I need to offer an apology to Debbie Ann. I just have been based on, we were supposed to connect, and she wanted to talk about some bakery stuff, and not that I blew her off. I just was like, I got stuff I need to do, and maybe we can talk on the phone or email or something. Anyway, I'm gonna call Debbie in, because she's a beautiful soul of the Burning Man tribes, I should say, and she used to be downtown LA. Real awesome soul, really awesome soul. Monetizing podcasts. That's what we're talking about. We're going to talk about that in a whole nother segment, episode, maybe episode 38 or 39. We're going to do something awesome for episode 40. Okay, I covered everything. Setting up my Patreon. Like I said, if you're a chef, you need to talk to me, because there's some big stuff going on and some information you need to know. You can make some money if you ever loved cooking, but you're like, I'm no chef, I don't know what to do, la 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 la. Shoot me a message, and I'm going to show you how to get, for a nominal fee of my time, I'll show you, you know what, we'll work it out. I won't even say that. we'll work it out. If you're really interested, we can work together, collaborate on some stuff, and I can get you rocking and rolling so you can get certified in certain things. You'll pay for it, but I'll get you through the loops and hoops and hurdles on making some money as a cook. It's easier than you guys might not even know about, but you don't know what you don't know. All right. Coolio. So I'm just going to read Mikhail Cohen's and God rest her soul. God rest her soul. I didn't know Mikhail. I just, I was really connected to the Jewish community, and she was so young, and I forget what the story behind what happened. But passing of a soul is the passing of a soul. I'm empathetic to any and everybody. We're all connected. So, but I remember reading in the Jewish Journal, and they had this poem, and I think her friends read this. They found like a bunch of poems in her apartment. Afterwards, they went to her apartment and they found a bunch of poems, and this is one of them. She starts off with, and she has the subjects are in bold. So, purpose. Without meaning, our lives are empty. Truth. Stay true. Commit to honesty and truth about yourself and the world around you. Faith. Faith is the base of everything. Faith is Hashim Torah. Tradition and yourself. Without faith, nothing is complete. Renewal. Today, I've lived as I've never, ever lived until now. Every day marks a new start. Hope. Never despair. Never give up. There's always hope. If you can spoil it, you can repair it. I love that one. Joy. Simcha Tamid is a mitzvah to be joyous. That's joy. Overcoming anxiety and doubt. In life, we have to cross every narrow bridge. The most important thing is not to be afraid. Patience. I love patience. I got a lot of patience. I really do have a lot of patience. Never insist that everything will go just the way we want. Thoughts. Wherever our thoughts are, that is where we are. That's whoo. Here's something I can't pronounce. Hitbodedut. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna spell it out. Hitbodedut. I'll have to look it up and see what the pronunciation. Anyway, it means keep talking to God. It's an important one. Keep talking to God. That's Hebrew for keep talking to God. It's very important. Daily path adversity. Daily path. You have today, yesterday, and tomorrow will pull us back. Adversity. Look for God and have faith. Gamzu letova. All is for the best. I will take you along a new path, one that is very old but completely new. That is a poem by Mikhail Cohen entitled God is Everywhere. This is her guide to appreciating God's gift of life. Beautiful, beautiful. God bless your soul, Mikhail Cohen, for delivering this message to us many moons ago. I keep this in my prayer book, and I should have been reading it from time to time. I did, but I'm telling you, distractions, people, things. If people are not in sync with who you are and what you are, and really, I don't know. What I've learned about the lesson I walk away from interacting with people who potentially would want to do business is, one meeting and that's it. You should be able to establish and get somewhere with one meeting, and then just make a formal agreement, what's to happen, and just go the right way with it. Non-disclosure agreement, if you're really going to be serious, and do that, because otherwise your business is your business and it's nobody else's business. They shouldn't, you shouldn't even waste your time. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with everything that I do moving forward. Because I won't say I've been burned, but I just been too nice. I haven't been myself. I haven't talked up for myself, looking to, seeing the signs in people and not sticking to my guns. It's not me. It's, I can detect bull from a mile away, and I let it slip by because I was going through a lot of stuff, emotional stuff, and I just, if it seemed genuine enough, why shouldn't it be? Why should someone present themselves to be something that they're not? I'll never understand that philosophy, that thing. No flossing, no balling, no pretending. If you ain't got, you ain't got. Just say you ain't got. If you ain't, yeah, whatever. I don't want to get off into that. Anyway, it's been awesome. It's 81 minutes into the podcast. This is great. I'm going to love sharing this with everyone. And let's do this again. This has been beautiful. I hope your day is awesome. I hope that if you're in LA, you're driving safe. I'm right by this freeway, and every time someone goes up the ramp, you can hear like the wheels spinning or something. But people, drive safe out there. Drive safe out there. And hey, you can stop this and listen to it again if you missed something. All right. Look for me on Instagram. Let me give it to you. If you're listening to the show, you can follow me on Instagram under Ponderoso Pucho. That's spelled PONDOROSAPUCHO. To all the hot, super fine women who are following me or who have given me a high five or a like or a smile or conversations on Instagram, I love you to death, because there's some beautiful women in the world. There's some beautiful. We're going to talk about that on another podcast. I'm like, where did all this come from? This is just, God, goodness gracious. You know what, dudes? I have to tell you, and I'm going to say this. I'm just going to say it because it's my show. I can say whatever I want to say. It's not a good time not to be a straight dude. I mean, to be a straight dude right now, you got so many, it's so much, and it's, women are gorgeous. It's not all about looks, of course not, but there's a lot of, here's the misconceived notion about really attractive women. I'm gonna give you the secret and then I'm gone. Just attractive people, period. I think I'm an attractive man. I believe I am. Handsome dude. Really nice people. Genuinely down to earth, cool. I've never met too many attractive people that weren't genuinely nice. And you attract what you are. I mean, if you're a happy, friendly person, that's how it works. I've always put out the happy, friendly vibes, and I've always attracted some of the most beautiful women, girlfriends, fun. Don't want to get off on a tangent. Got to get out of here. Got to get into the storage and pull out some stuff. In particular, my bicycle. I haven't ridden my bike and gosh, okay, for everything else, the rain got to go away because I have to ride. I got to ride. I explained riding a bicycle. I have a really nice bike. It's a Cannondale. Super light. It's like attaching a machine to your legs and you just flying. it's, whew, you really get a momentum on a trail. It's indescribable. And there's some science behind that I want to talk about in another podcast. There's something about movement. Being on the axis of the earth, how the earth rotates, depending on, I saw this video, this guy was roller skating, and that's what he does. He's like 80 something years old and something. He's always on skates. Everybody knows him, and he's just always moving, and he's just always moving. And I get it from riding my bicycle. I get it, and I haven't done it. So time to ride again. It's time to ride. All right. Talked enough. I'm Chef Patrick, aka the PatMan. If you want to listen to some of the music that I have that I can't play you right now because I'm in the car, the Jeep Renegade, go to soundcloud.com/the music of Mr. Anderson, all one word. I'm going to upload some new tunes. I have so much music. What am I going to do with it? I'm going to sell it to you, and you're going to download it, and you're going to share it with other people. And if you got an awesome movie, heck, let's talk soundtrack. Come on, let's talk some soundtrack. You got some commercials? Oh, let's do some business, people. Let's do some business. I want to get back to the idea of interviewing businesses and promoting the music and stuff like that, because it's fun. We need to support each other as entrepreneurial artists out there in the world. That's how you're able to afford what you want to afford. Money is an illusion. Yes, it is. I'm getting into character now. Now it's time to go. That's for another podcast. I'm your host, the chef. I already said that already. The PatMan. The PatMan from the Bay to LA and beyond. This is the Intelligent Human Voice Podcast Network. Hope you're having a beautiful day, a beautiful life. And if you're not, maybe you need to think about that. All right? Go have a big cry. Talk to you later. Peace.